What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the second episode of our Becoming a Strongman series. This episode, I want to take you through the 5 different events that are going to be at my upcoming competition and show you how I'm preparing for each of them. Unfortunately, I don't get a chance to work out at a strongman gym and use typical strongman equipment, so I have to work out in a conventional gym and use exercises that somewhat replicate the motions that I'll be competing in. Obviously, this isn't ideal, but I have to make do with what I have. So the first event is what's called a Deadlift Medley. We have 4 different deadlift variations. The first 3 are performed for 1 rep, and the last variation is performed for as many reps as possible for the remaining 60 seconds. The next event is what's called a chain drag medley. It's for 40 feet, and you're pulling 2 different chains as fast as you can. The next event is a simple front hold. There is a weight that you must hold out in front of you with arms extended for as long as possible. The fourth event is known as a log clean and press. This is the event that I'm actually most worried about because I don't have access to a log barbell. It is very different from a standard barbell, but there are a ton of exercises that I've been working on to help me with this motion. Hopefully, I'll be prepared when the time comes to compete. The last event is an odd object carry and load. There are 4 different objects: a keg, an odd stone, a sandbag, and a large metal shackle that we have to carry for various distances as fast as possible. So for the first event, the Deadlift Medley, there are 4 different variations. First is the farmer's deadlift. The farmer's deadlift is a deadlift with 2 different bars, one on either side of you, loaded with a certain amount of weight. The next variation is an 18-inch deadlift. Sometimes people call this a lockout. It's basically the second half of a deadlift. The next variation is what's called a frame deadlift. There's a large frame around you and you're standing in the middle, and you have to pick it up using the handles. The last variation, and the one that we have to do for as many reps as possible, is an axle bar deadlift. The difference with the axle bar is that it's 2 inches in diameter, so it's really thick and it's really hard to hold on to. The deadlift itself uses a ton of muscles, so it can be hard to figure out which muscles we really need to target to repair. The top ones, in my opinion though, are the hamstrings, the back, the glutes, the core, and the forearms or hands. The best exercises to prepare for this event are obviously the deadlift itself and any other variation of the deadlift, especially ones that are similar to the different variations that will be used at the competition. It's good to find your weakness, especially in your deadlift, and try to really exploit that and work on that to bring it up to match the rest of your deadlift strengths. You might be weak at your lockouts, or you might be weak off the ground. In this case, one might add lockouts or deficit deadlifts to their routine. If you think your grip is what's going to be struggling the most, then fat bar deadlifts, double overhand deadlifts, or 2-bar deadlifts might be really good for you. Other exercises to include in your workout would be anything that targets your grip, your glutes, your hams, your hips, and any other posterior chain movements. RDLs, stiff leg deadlifts, glute ham raises, back extensions, and even some back work like pull-ups and rows. All these exercises are going to help build your deadlift strength and help you do better in these events. The next event is a chain drag medley. So there's 2 chains, one heavier than the other, and you have to drag both of them for 40 feet each. The main muscles used in this one are going to be your hamstrings, your glutes, your quads, your calves, and again your forearms and your hands. So a lot of the same muscles that you use for your deadlift, so it's going to be a little tiring to do one after the other. Great exercises to perform for this event are going to be obviously dragging chains, but if you don't have access to chains themselves, tires or sleds are also going to be great things to pull around. Also, anything that targets your hamstrings again, your calves, and your glutes. So RDLs and stiff leg deadlifts, for example. This is also an event that's done for speed, so we want to look at explosive power and some conditioning as well. Some exercises to work on your speed and your conditioning for this are going to be plyometrics, tire flips, and sprints, and even kettlebell swings. All of these are going to be good muscle building exercises, but also good for your conditioning and your explosiveness. The third event is a front hold. So this is a really simple event where you hold the weight out in front of you with your arms extended to do it for as long as you possibly can. Obviously, the main muscles here used are going to be your shoulders, so especially your front delts. Also, your forearms are going to be involved in your hands because you got to be able to hold the weight as long as possible. So basically, any shoulder work that you can do at the gym is going to benefit this. However, front holds is very easy to replicate at the gym, so this is going to be the best way to improve your front hold time is by doing more front holds. To switch it up, front raises are a great way to strengthen those front delts. Any types of presses as well, overhead press, incline bench press, even standard bench press are going to be great to work those deltoids all around. And any general shoulder work is going to be great for improving in this event. I have to keep in mind though that this is done for time, so endurance is a key factor, not just strength. For our fourth event, we have the log clean and press. Like I said before, this might be the one that I'm most worried about because I don't have access to a log press. The log clean and press might have the most muscles involved of all the events. We're looking at hamstrings, quads, lower back, glutes, core, shoulders, upper chest, biceps, hips, forearms, and hands. Obviously, the number one exercise to perform to prepare for this event is a log clean and press. However, since I don't have access to that, I have to have some alternatives. A barbell clean and press is going to be somewhat similar, however there are still some major differences. A dumbbell curl and press mimics the second 2/3 of the movement, getting the bar up to your shoulders and then pressing it above your head. Hammer curls are going to be great for that second part of the movement as well, bringing the bar up to your shoulders. And squats, both back and front, are going to be great for developing your leg strength, your core strength, being able to stay upright, and being able to just move and handle heavy weight. This is one that's done for reps as well, so conditioning is going to be a key factor. Finally, we have the odd object carry and load. This really is going to be using everything in your body again. However, it's really going to be taxing on your grip, all of your legs, your core, your shoulders, your chest, and your back. The exercises to perform to prepare for this movement, in my opinion, are number one, farmer's carries, and any kind of grip work. This is going to be really directly related to picking up heavy objects and then moving quickly with them. Front squats are going to be great for this as well, having a strong core, being able to support heavy weight in front of you, and being able to remain upright. Walking lunges are going to be fantastic as well because you're moving with heavy weight for a specified distance. Benching, pull-ups, and sprints are going to be great exercises as well so that we can hold the weight and move as quickly as possible with the weight. So those are the 5 different events of the competition. Obviously, training in a strongman gym with strongman equipment and imitating the very events are going to be the best ways to prepare for each event. Unfortunately, due to time and money, I'm not able to currently work out at a strongman gym, and I have to make do with what I have. The purpose of this video is to not only track my experience, but to show you that you can develop alternatives even when it doesn't seem like you can properly prepare for things. When you set a goal and when you set out to accomplish something, it's important to sit down and break down the steps so you can develop a plan and move forward with success. In the next episode, I want to show you what exercises that I took and implemented into my programming so that I could properly prepare for the upcoming competition. So we have a lot more to come for this series. I hope you'll stick around and I hope you get something out of this episode. Please let me know what you think. Like, subscribe, and follow us, and come back for more content soon. Thanks so much, and see you next time.